Hey guys, welcome back to another SorareStrats video. I am GW and I'm going to give you an update on a change to the essence in the way that we can actually see a little bit more than we could previously. So this is a change we've all been asking for. Probably isn't the end of the changes and there is more that we probably would want to happen.
I want more.
But for now, this is quite an interesting change. I don't think they've really widely publicised it. So I'm going to talk you through it, what it means and what may come next. So yeah, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so in terms of the new update, they haven't, like I said, they haven't publicised it. I don't know why, because it is something that we've kind of been asking for. But I thought I'd give you an update in terms of a video, just so you guys are aware, because a lot of people have been asking for it. But if you go into your essence, I don't have much at the moment. So I tried to crack them open at 20 mainly. Doesn't really work very well for me, I have to say. It generally ends up with a terrible player, but every now and then it does work. So I got the Andy Robertson rare on my 20 craft recently, which I managed to sell for £45. So I'm very happy with that. But anyway, obviously Essence was the big new thing this year. Started off, we got a lot of Essence, and then they nerfed it, and now we don't get so much. And the way I think one of the biggest things that people want to know is like, well, what is my percentage made up of? If I play classic, or not classic, if I play contender, challenger, champion, if I play multiple regions, I want to know kind of if I'm going to craft, well, what percentages, where is it all coming from? And they've taken that on board, and we can now actually see that. And in terms of what it looks, well, how you get to it. So when you get to the essence, you've got this little information button here. So if you click here, and we used to only have this, which in itself, not everyone knows we've got this here. So what this does, it tells you for each level, it tells you what your percentages are of crafting each card. So if you crack a 20 essence, you've got 50% chance of getting a tier 5, 33% chance of tier 4, tier 3 10, tier 2 5, tier 1 1.5, star half. If you go up to 50, suddenly the tier 5s disappear. You've got 50% chance of tier 4, 33 of tier 3, tier 2 goes 10.5, tier 1 5, and star 1.5. 100, which is probably like the sweet spot that I would like to save up to, but in terms of doing videos for you guys, I want to kind of just pump them out a little bit more frequently, and I don't get up to 100 that often. But I think this is the one that I would recommend if you get Essence pretty regularly, because you cut out all the tier 4s and 5s straight away, and anything here is pretty good generally. Obviously there's exceptions. If you were, and I just think the jump from 100 to 250 is too much, but if you do wait for 250, you cut out, you're only going to have a tier 2 or above. And if you wait all the way up to 500, you've got 50-50 chance of a tier 1 or a star. So they always given us this information if you click that information box, but we've now got an extra tab here, which is called competitions. So if you click this, currently I only really play Premier League. I do play a bit of Champions, but pretty much my go-to competitions are Premier League, U23, and Champions. And the reason I don't diversify out of that is partly for the crafting. I only want to get good cards. And because my knowledge base on those other regions isn't great either, I don't watch the games. It just doesn't make sense for me to branch out. So what this is saying, I've only got 6. I've only got 6 essence. So it's telling me 16% is Premier League, global is 83. And global will be, in terms of, I think U23 is global, because I'm sure I've got some U23 in the past. Someone out there will have to confirm that whether that's true or not. If you got global, if you have 100% global, you can get a card from anywhere. If you have different things in your pot, for example, I've only got Premier League and global. Because I've got something other than global, the global then gets absorbed. So what that actually means for my pot here is all of my, if I was to craft a card and got it up to 20 and the percentages were exactly the same, I would get a Premier League card, because global only counts for global if you have nothing else in your pot. If you have other things in your pot, it will kind of take up a percentage of that. So if you had challenger and contender, 25%, for example, and then you had 50% global, you would still have a, you still have a 50-50 shot of challenger and contender. I hope that kind of makes sense. But yeah, global, when you can get global essence, it's very much in your benefit to do so, because it's just adding to your existing pot, and it isn't going to dilute it with anything that's bad. So yeah, it's a really good change. I'm just going to put something on the screen now, which is that someone else put in our Discord, and what that told me was exactly what we're looking at in terms of someone who plays like more competitions than I do. So he sent this into the Discord, um, and what it shows, I'm just going to look at it on my screen as well. You can, if you look at this, there's a real mixture here. So he's got global 28%, contender 28%, then challenger 12, champion 11, La Liga 9, Bundesliga 5, Premier League 3. So if he was to craft, well, he doesn't really know what he's going to get, but the strongest chance is a contender card. And if he was to pull out a Premier League, that could be coming from Premier League Essence, or it could be coming from the Champion Essence, which obviously includes Premier League cards as well. So that's interesting. What I would like to know is, say he churned out some of his Essence, but had some left over. If he went and checked this percentage again, could he work out what essence had been used, or will these percentages stay the same and it just kind of just uses it out of the whole pot? It's really interesting. Now we've got this information, it does open up a whole host of other questions. I know that some of you guys that play the multiple regions, what you would ideally like is to have, like, so say for example here you've got this limited bar, you would want to have like Premier League bar here, a contender bar down here, a challenger bar here, and then you can fill up the different pots as you go along. I know that's like a really popular request, and it's something that they may look at for next season. The other request is that the boxes, it would be nice if the boxes were labelled. And someone did say that potentially they may be being labelled again, but do keep an eye on these information boxes, because often they've got added, they don't really, it's not like if you weren't paying attention you would hardly notice this little wire here, but yeah, it's there. So you can now go, so do it, guys, all go and check your essence. If you've been saving it up, go check the eye, and then just go on to the competitions and just see what your own looks like. And does that help you? I don't know. As someone who only really plays, like I say, the Premier League and Champion, I've kind of cut out my options of what I'm likely to see on that anyway, and that is for a reason. But I do think this is a positive change from Sorare. Just giving us more information, it never hurts, does it? To have that transparency there. So if you've got a lot of Champion, but then you've been playing other regions, you're like, I would love to know what exactly it is. So if you do hit that Champion card, you'll know, right, okay, that's either I was expecting it or I wasn't expecting it. So yeah, really quick video just to give you guys that information, because I do feel that sometimes Sorare, they don't communicate everything, every minor detail, and you have to almost kind of like find it yourself. So that is interesting. Other than that, I did buy a load of Champion cards today. The reason being that they were doing this offer: buy one Champion card, you're guaranteed to get another one from the same league. And the boxes are actually that you get. So where are, for example, if I go to my club, my cards, I'm still getting used to this new UI. Like, I've only done a little bit of shopping, which we might think, well, that's a bit strange because you just did a video saying you're selling. Well, I was selling, but I always had my eyes on this. So I've only I bought a Declan Rice, and then the rest are all little cheap collection cards, really. That go towards, like, Nottingham Forest. I've got 5% on them now, which I wanted to do. Been doing very well. Mateta, he's for my Palace collection. Pau Torres, I wanted a champion defender that plays in the Champions League, and he goes with, I've got a couple of Villa cards, and then again just a collection piece. So I didn't really spend much. Probably spent about, looking at it, about £35-40. But what it does mean is I've got these boxes. And these boxes that you're going to be able to open up on Christmas Day. Again, on the information, you can click it and it will tell you what odds you are of getting these players. So as you saw from the players that I actually got, let's be real, these are pretty pretty low cards, aren't they? They're very cheap. I got in very early. That's important as well. When these do these promotions, you need to be there ready. Otherwise, the prices just go up and up and up. Check my boxes, and you can check the information up here. And it depends on how what tier the card was, what kind of odds you get. But even like this one, so I've got a 50% chance of getting a tier 5, but more likely it's going to be a lower tier. But I'm pretty much buying tier 5s anyway. So anything that is above a tier 5 is actually really good. So this one's 60% chance of tier 5. So this must have been from a proper tier 5 card, because you're very much likely to get tier 5 or tier 4. I did have a Declan Rice amongst these, so that should have better odds. It's not this one. So I just want to kind of see if it's this one. 41% chance of tier 5, 40% chance, about 80% chance of a bit of a crappy card. But you do still have like a 15, 16, well, actually, no, 18% chance or 19% chance of getting like a fairly decent card. I don't know if that's from the Declan Rice or not. Do I have one with better odds? Well, this one, 34% chance tier 5, 35% chance tier 4. And then I've got, so by buying these cards at dirt cheap prices, there is a chance that something good come out. So we'll do another video on that when I can open these up. Probably do a giveaway as well. I still need to open these on Christmas Day and just find out. But yeah, 11 boxes. So a really good promotion that Sorare have done. Some people moan that it's money grab, but it's up to you if you want to put the money in. But if you're smart about it, I got all those cards and I was very early at 10 a.m. on the dot. I had them all lined up or what I wanted. And you can see that I haven't really spent that much at all. And even if I get one good card out of that, it's going to be good. And I haven't done any FOMO buying. All of these purchases had a reason behind them. I weren't just going stupid with it. So just be careful. Don't kind of get pulled into doing things that you wouldn't want to do anyway. So yeah, that's a quick update, guys. But yeah, thanks for watching and catch you next time.